Osama bin Laden is dead, but two-thirds also say they're afraid of acts of revenge by either al-Qaeda or other terror groups. Those topics are also hot in official military and security circles. Joining us now to talk more, Jonathan Broder, the senior editor for national security at CQ Weekly. Jonathan, good morning. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
First of all, when it comes to Pakistan and Osama bin Laden living in the area where he was, do you think we'll ever know if he knowingly was there as far as what Pakistani officials or military knew about his living arrangements?
I can't predict that, but it's a very difficult question right now. Pakistan has become the most difficult, complex relationship that the United States has right now. On one hand, it's inconceivable to many in Washington that Osama bin Laden could have been living in this town, which is home to Pakistan's West Point. The house was a mere 1,000 feet away from this military academy. The town is home to many retired military and retired intelligence people from Pakistan. And one needs a permit from the local authorities, a security clearance, to buy property, to build on property, even to rent property. So it's pretty hard to fathom how the Pakistanis could not have known.
But yet Pakistan still remains vital to the United States.
It does, and that's the conundrum. This is the country that we can't live with and we can't live without. 90% of our supplies for our troops in Afghanistan come through the Pakistani port of Karachi. They're then trucked up the highways and then through the Khyber Pass and through Quetta into Afghanistan. If relations with Pakistan are further strained, and they will be further strained, then those supply routes could be in danger.
The White House has to decide now whether or not to release a photo of a deceased Osama bin Laden. Good idea or not? What could a result of that be?
I think that the calculation of the White House is, as long as there is some doubt in the Arab world and in the Muslim world, and conspiracy theories begin to develop that Osama bin Laden is still alive, they're going to have to put those doubts to rest. And as gruesome as these photos are, I mean, after all, he was popped twice in the head. They're not going to be pretty, but those photos will have to be released.
Your decades of experience, you've been all over the world, you've covered every aspect of international security. What do you think happens next? There's been talks, of course, of possible retaliatory attacks. As we just mentioned, some people say they feel safer now with Osama bin Laden out of the picture, but they're still in fear that something could happen.
Look, the fact that Osama is dead doesn't mean that al-Qaeda is dead. They still very well could try a retaliatory attack. But I would want to mention that in the Arab world in general, remember, this killing of Osama comes amid a historic sea change in the Arab world, where they call it the Arab Awakening, the Second Arab Awakening, where people on the street are demanding freedom and democracy and an end to autocratic regimes, which were the same targets of al-Qaeda. In other words, al-Qaeda did not succeed in getting rid of these autocratic rulers, but the pro-democracy demonstrators on the street, at least in Egypt and Tunisia, have gotten rid of them, and they are trying to get rid of them in other countries as well. I think that al-Qaeda's day in the Arab world is eclipsing, and is being eclipsed by pro-democracy movements.
Fascinating point. Jonathan, we'd love to talk to you all day. We appreciate your time this morning. Jonathan Broder with CQ Weekly. Thanks for coming in this morning.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Allison, back to you.